This is, here we can see some anti-fouling paint, still kind of shining through. Here we can see like kind of a hole here. That may have actually been where I poked the ship with my screwdriver. Here we can see my weight attachment structure stick thing, which I basically just rammed through the bow section below the forward well deck to hang weights there to kind of manage the list of the ship. Didn't really work all too well, so yeah, but those are the remnants of that. They just still kind of exist here. Oh yeah, this is cool. So here's the breakwater, of course, forward cargo hatch with the hatch cover actually surprisingly still in here. That is cool. This structure right here, that triangle here, that is the forward cargo crane. Part of that was made from foam, the main stick part of the crane, and that's why it kind of floated up. It's still attached here in this footage, so yeah. But here you can see the railing, it's perfectly preserved. Here we can see this winch, and we're not close enough to look at the capstan machinery and the bollards. We cannot even see the really forward part of the bow section because it's kind of grainy and blurry, so I don't think I really think I have footage of the tip of the forecastle at all. That's kind of sad. Okay, this is once again a good bow shot. So here we can see this is the cutout for the forward well deck, which is nice to see, but the forward well deck itself is of course missing because it fell out. Yes, okay, this is our first proper view of the actual forward well deck. Back here are the two stairs leading up to the forecastle, and this is actually the kind of the aft wall of the forward well deck with the portholes on it. So yes, here we can see one of those pillar things, which I had no clue what that is. The other one should be, no, that's probably the stair down to the well deck itself. I don't know, the second pillar should probably be somewhere back here. So yeah, no clue. Here we can see the two winches, and of course here is the open cargo hatch, which I poured all the gravel through, and here's the closed cargo hatch, which is just kind of sitting there. So that is great. Here, I should probably point this out. This little box thing right here, I don't really know what that is, but there was one right next to each collapsible. So yeah, there's one sitting here and one on the other side as well. Here we can see a bench right here. Kind of see still some white through here off the paper. Yes, probably move ahead. There is the segregation railing between the officers' promenade and the first class promenade. This is now really close up. Again, the hanging railing, which I've talked about previously. This right here is one of those electric, or was it steam winches? I don't remember. I think it was electric though. Here, the lifeboat sat, which was number 5, I believe, should have been here. So that is cool. Here we can see the part of the boat deck that actually floated out during the sinking. I just kind of struck it here, which is cool. Here once again the ventilation machinery. The whole roof of the first class deckhouse part with the grand staircase in it, it's just completely peeled off. As you can see, there are the those cardboard lines right here, and that is not looking good. There's still some weird, unrecognizable debris at the bottom of the lake here, which I have no clue what they are. Yeah, that's more of a close-up shot, and here you can see that it is a practically 90-degree break off the ship, so that is cool. It's again the well deck. Now, that is a really cool shot of the bridge, which actually shows that, yes, as I said previously, this piece right here of the paper is already falling off because it's kind of white here, and the rest is kind of brown, and this stuff grows more like on the top of surfaces and not on the lower side because probably of some lighting condition things. You can actually see some reflections here on the windows. That implies that the translucent plastic I used for the windows is still there and is still reflecting. We can see the boat deck is kind of separating right here, but it was doing that even when the ship was afloat, so that's, I think, nothing to really worry about. That's just a thing that was there previously. So yeah, here we can see, of course, the roof is completely clear. It just floated out, the part with all the details. That is, of course, sad. Once again, the winch. That's a really cool view of the davit here. That is great. Still looks good. There's some kind of line. Probably one of the funnel stays. There are quite a lot of them floating around. I'm winching up. Yeah. Okay, this is really cool. Once again, this part that floated out. Here we can actually see the base of the second funnel with kind of this paper stuff still here, and that is actually a piece off the funnel, and it kind of ripped off here. So that right here is the grand staircase dome with this brown wood thing on the side, which I still have no clue why it was there and what it was doing, but this is the dome, really clearly recognizable. And back here it's the inside of all the cardboard. Can still see some remnants of a railing here. It's just kind of hanging. That was probably from the raised roof. And I have no clue whatever that might be. Maybe it was there already, but I don't think so. I didn't feel anything, so this right here, you can barely see it. That is this one bench I always forgot about. I kind of, for 2 showcases, there was this thing I kind of always forgot to make this one bench next to the raised roof, so that is great. Here we can see the ventilator right next to it, and this is one of those swan neck vents that is kind of floating up. And yeah, this is all just debris, and this railing, this might be a stokehold intake, but I'm not sure. Back here, this is a bit of gravel, and that looks like a ventilator, but this is all carnage. It's all falling apart and kind of floating around uncontrollably, so that is great. Ah yeah, here we can get a great look at the covered ADEC windows, but they are all overgrown, or like this dust stuff has settled on them, so yes. If we move forward here, we can see one of the stays. I don't think I have to point that out. This one, quite a lot of texture. Here's some of the original black on the hull still visible through this growth. Here, I think I kind of struck the hull or something. No, and here is, of course, the big tear with the inside of the ship. And here you can really well kind of see that that is the artificial draft, this part here, and that is just bent down at a practically 90-degree angle. This is cool. Okay, so what can we see? This is the outer railing, that, and that right here, that is those are the remains of the cargo crane. Here we can actually see the tip of the bow, like that. There's a lot of shadow down here, so that's why I can really tell what that is, but that is the tip of the bow. And yeah, cannot really see all of the machinery of the bollards. Now we can see the breakwater really close up. The winch. And now I'm moving away. This right here, this structure, that is actually a funnel waste pipe, which is really cool. And the funnel itself has gone, but this still exists. You can see it's all fallen apart down there, some railing hanging. This is a close-up shot of the hull, with once again the files hanging. This is cool. This right here is the shear line. Right here. Really well. You can see it here. And that right here would have been my print. That is probably the section where a new print begins. So yeah, that's just a file hanging, still at a forward angle from the final plunge, which is cool to see. Oh yeah, a really cool shot of the cutout. In here, we can actually see the stairs up to A deck really well. That's cool. Here we can see really well the windows going aft. Here is a door, I believe, and yeah, now I cannot really see them because it's dark. Oh, here we have a great shot of the one emergency cutter, which I wasn't able to disconnect fully, that one on the starboard side, and it's still floating up. And well, it may still be there, but I expect it to be gone by now. So yes. Oh yeah, here is a great shot of the piece, which has not completely torn off. Here, the base of the second funnel, the stokehold intake vent, this just swan neck vent down here, once again a stokehold vent, and just some more ventilation machinery, which is really cool to see. Okay, this was the second part. Stay tuned for part 3. Subscribe, like, share if you are really crazy, and yes, this channel is really blowing up currently, or at the time I'm recording this, but it's doing really well. Thank you for all the support. Bye bye.